Do you guys know that Brian Thompson, the CEO murdered by the Luigi Mangione guy, was one of the only major health insurance company CEOs that was not of Jewish origin? That's no shit. That you guys can look up that information. This whole thing that he was actually responsible for all these denials is a little bit of misinformation. Actually, he was pushing for more of these cases to be covered by insurance and possibly lower premium. Yes, the United Healthcare as a company was one of the ones that pushed more denials than anybody else, but it does not necessarily mean that he was personally responsible. You got to understand the board, the majority shareholders, those are the people that hold the power in these companies. And we don't really know what was going on. You're just hearing a narrative that's being spoken, and everybody's just drinking the Kool-Aid on that. So I'm not professing one way or the other. I'm just telling you some extra facts that you may not know. Some of the things people talking about, he's arrested. Oh, he didn't do it yet. We don't know, because in America, you're innocent before presumed guilty. And like, that's ironic that we say that now, but nobody was presumed innocent when we're talking about the CEO that was shot. Agabito, he was given a sentence and execution right there on the spot. I don't know, man. And people saying, "Oh, he's so courageous, this Mangiagazzo." What courageous do you have to be to shoot an unarmed man in the back in the middle of the street? Is that heroic? I think the young man had a lot of misplaced ideas. Did you know that Osama bin Laden, Che Guevara, all these martyrs, these political revolutionaries, all came from very rich families? Yeah, all of they come from rich families because they're out of touch. They're out of touch. People that either don't have money and they're struggling and working, or people that end up making money, they appreciate it and they know the ins and outs. You have a spoiled kid that's raised rich, he's out of touch with reality. I don't know. This is a whole chapter I could go into, but this is a reality. I feel like the kid's out of touch. He may suffer from some mental disabilities. He probably is a closet homosexual. You see that Happy Meal picture? You telling me that guy with those eyebrows is straight? No, a lot of girlfriends have not come forward for a reason, talking about him. Anyway, what was I saying? All this stuff comes together, and everybody's so happy and obsessed with the guy. Why? What's the obsession with the guy, bro? Oh, he was with me. He was with me. I guarantee you, nobody would be saying that he was with you if you were actually put in a court and you had to face perjury charges for lying about something like that. Just stay out of it. Let's not have all these theories when we don't know. The kid has probably is going to confess based on him being caught with the manifesto. So what's the point of saying the eyebrows don't match and it's probably not him and yada yada, or coming up with all these theories? It just makes me realize that the American people, for the majority, are very easily bullshitted, and they're disingenuous, they're ignorant, and it's just a herd mentality, probably ignoranti. And I don't mean to single out Americans, it's everybody. Everybody just doesn't have critical thinking, is so quick for mob justice, getting together and just rushing into not only judgments, but just mass hysteria. Capito, mass hysteria. So take a chance, take a moment and slow the F down when it comes to this case, and think perhaps that a family has been left without a father who was gunned down in the streets right before Christmas. And this kid is not right here. Capito. Anybody who praises this is nuts, because if it was someone else, the liberals are like, oh, he's great. But if it was a conservative gunning down somebody because of some pro-life propaganda, nobody would think he would be a terrorist, right? Oh, he's a terrorist. So you wouldn't like that, but it's on your side, we're going to allow it. No, because everybody has their own theories about who deserves to die. We were not allowed to just dispense that justice. And it's a dangerous precedent. People saying, oh, he's going to get acquitted. You're living in a fantasy. I hope, because I would assume that the majority of people are sensible, and we're just seeing these Reddit trolls and just ignorance online that we wouldn't see in real life. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. What are your thoughts?